Let me check it out. Vamos ver aqui. Beleza. Bom, já estamos online. Aparentemente nós já estamos a 20 segundos, né? Beleza. Bom, pessoal, então logo logo já vai ter o evento aqui. É questão de alguns minutinhos só. E nós vamos acompanhar aqui ao vivo. Eu vou fazer pouquíssimos comentários, tá? Só se tiver alguma coisa muito importante. Inclusive, quando começar o evento eu vou tirar... Quando começar o evento eu vou tirar minha carona aqui da tela para não atrapalhar vocês também, tá bom? Esse celular, viu? Bom, então vamos... O que vocês aguardam aqui nessa live, né? Vocês querem o que, né? Desse lançamento aí do Xbox, né? Deixa aí nos comentários também, que depois, assim que eu for lendo, eu vou respondendo pra vocês, depois da apresentação, provavelmente. E eu vou tentar fazer essa apresentação aqui o mínimo de intrusão possível, tá? Eu vou tentar ser o mínimo de chato possível aqui, então espero que vocês gostem. Eu vou aqui fazer as últimas configurações e eu já vou deixar aqui no esquema pra vocês. Bom, aqui ó, dá pra ver até na live, né? Deixa eu aumentar só um pouquinho. E baixar. Não, vou deixar meu mic, ó. Deixar meu mic normal, que depois eu vou ter que mexer aqui também, mas tá bom. Tá, tem algumas coisinhas aqui. Beleza. Você vê que dropou. Dropou. É basicamente isso mesmo. Já vou deixar no esquema lá pro pessoal. Tem que tirar minha cara, né? Esqueci. Bom, pessoal, espero que vocês gostem então dessa live aí da Xbox. Qualquer coisa eu venho aqui falar alguma coisa pra vocês, mas eu espero que vocês gostem aí da nova geração de consoles. Vambora!
He made me his +1, and I was able to go to Xbox Fan Fest, one of the best events of my gaming life.
For me, gaming on X has provided a sense of community because it provided a safe and inclusive place for me to get on and play games like Halo and find a friendly community of people on Xbox Live when I had moved to the United States but did not have a lot of cultural touchstones to relate with those around me. And I'm grateful for that sense of community that Xbox provided.
Got into the Xbox world, well, that's thanks to my uncle. When I was a kid, I used to visit his house often, and he was playing Rainbow Six 3 online. Well, whenever I had the chance to play the game, I was so hooked on it that I asked my parents, Mom, Dad, can I get please an Xbox? And they were first doubtful, and a couple weeks later they surprised me with an Xbox and Rainbow Six 3.
The most powerful memory that I have related to gaming is having the opportunity to go to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital and get to hang out with the kids that are recovering from cancer and be able to sit on a couch with them and play their favorite video game and just watch their face light up. And it really comes to show that even in the darkest of days, video games can put a smile on your face, and I think that'll always stick with me forever.
Gaming has really empowered me as a former mixer partner of understanding that there's so much culture in gaming that really wasn't exposed before. It's really empowered me to start seeking out better ways of having a cultural connection with somebody who doesn't even share the same culture. You know, it's all about learning about different cultures and learning about other people all together. So it's really empowered me to just want to explore the world by ways of meeting new people.
My most powerful memories related to gaming always include having spent time with my friends or family, whether it's sitting in front of the TV and beating Metroid, or going to the mall and to the arcade to play Street Fighter 2 with my friends, or camping out overnight waiting for the launch of the next console. It's with people.
So to all the big dreamers out there, remember, No matter who you are, where you come from, you can do it. So keep creating, keep playing, and power your dreams.
Vambora aí, vamos ver o que tem aí.
We see a future where you are at the center of your gaming experience.
Watch how we do this. No, you can't stop it.
This is the most immersive console experience ever.
Watch how we do this. No, you can't stop it.
We embarked on a quest to find creative teams that have the mastery of our art form.
Game Pass members can play over 100 titles.
Every Xbox Game Studios title will premiere in Game Pass day one.
We are giving gamers the option to connect across devices and across platforms in a way that we never were able to before.
This is about giving you more choices, giving you more ways to play.
The games you want, on the devices you want, with the people you want. Gamers are really at the heart of everything we do in Xbox. We are building this for you.
It's the moment we've all been waiting for.
What this console launch means to me is that I'm going to be able to enjoy these incredible games the way they were meant to be enjoyed.
It feels like everything's been coming full circle after nearly 20 years of incredible gaming memories on Xbox.
This launch moment is a culmination of 5 years of innovation in the accessibility space for me.
This generation of consoles is by far the best that I've ever seen, and it's completely out of this world.
I think it's really, really, really cool.
This generation is about giving you the tools to be what you want to be.
Being able to play games at 120 FPS is going to be awesome.
It gives the opportunity to create excitement in so many different ways to capture the sense of community and togetherness of gamers around the world.
Every single time that I have seen that next system come out or that next great game with awesome graphics, it reminds me of where we've come from.
For me, this launch moment means that more people than ever will be able to jump into the next generation of Xbox.
I know that I'm going to be making even more memories with even more friends, and I cannot be more excited.
Whatever your preference, whatever your choice, get out there, go play.
Fizeram uma plateinha ali digital, que legal, né? Parecido com o da
My name's Larry
Samsung.
here of Xbox Live's Major Nelson. I will be your host today, along with Kate, Malik, Kat, Jeff, Tifa, and many other Team Xbox members from around the world. We will also be joined by hundreds of our Xbox FanFest fans. See them up there? We are coming to you live from Studio D on the Microsoft campus here in Redmond, Washington, right outside Seattle. Now, this building that so many members of Team Xbox and ordinarily work in but today the circumstances are a little bit different, so they're not coming in and out. But there have been many great memories, ideas, and games that have come from this very location. And since we all can't be together in person this year, we thought it would be fitting to bring you the stream right here from the center of the action in the atrium.
Fitting indeed, Larry. Now today,
It's not about big news and reveals. It's about playing games. And that's what we're going to be doing all day on this stream. Plus, we've got a few surprises and fun, different aspects you're not going to want to miss. So we hope you're also playing games at home today with us as well, as we'll be playing right alongside you. So whether you're watching us
então
on
o
your
foco
primary
hoje é em
screen, a
gameplay, né?
second
Vamos
screen,
ver então
your
bastante
mobile device,
jogos aí,
we're just thankful
bastante
and grateful
gameplays,
you're
né?
joining us
Falaram
here
que o
today.
foco não
I'll tell you
é
what
nenhum
I'm grateful
lançamento
for,
assim
Kate.
bombástico.
This
Vamos ver.
is my third console launch. I was around when we launched the Xbox 360, the Xbox One. Last year, we unveiled the Xbox Series X, the world's most powerful console. This year, we introduced the smallest next-generation console, the Xbox Series S. And today, people around the world are finally experiencing the future of gaming for themselves. All right. Right? I agree. Now, for the next 5+ hours, we'll be on the stream celebrating the launch of next generation of gaming with developers, publishers, celebrities.
Just like we planned it. Good work, Jack. Join the party. Well, if you insist. Summon the beast. Holy.
Cara, o gráfico tá top demais, né? Eu sei que no stream perde um pouco de qualidade, mas o gráfico aqui na tela tá muito legal.
I'm so excited to be here today. PC gamers have been playing this critically acclaimed game since earlier this year. But if you prefer console and haven't had a chance to play it yet, today is your lucky day as it launches on all Xbox consoles.
And you are lucky because this is a great game. But what I think you might want to know, how does a turn-based strategy game made from the ground up on PC make that move from mouse and keyboard to, I will take apart the set here, to the Xbox controller? And here to tell us more, joining us live from Vancouver up in Canada, Tyler Beelman, the Publishing Design Director up at the Coalition. Happy launch day, Tyler.
Thanks, Jeff. I'm super excited, thrilled to be here kicking off the show with you guys, and I'm so excited that everyone will get to play Gears Tactics on their consoles today.
They don't know what is coming for them because it is an excellent game. But let's say you're new to the world of strategy. Gears has always been a third-person cover shooter. How did you decide to make a turn-based strategy game in the world of Gears?
Yeah, I mean, it was a process of prototyping and proving things out, and making sure that we could take what was really essential about Gears-style combat and translating that to a different camera and a different perspective, but all the while bringing what makes Gears great to it. So we've got big boss fights, we've got incredibly satisfying combat encounters, and we've got a really amazing story to go with it. So we're really happy and proud of how Gears Tactics plays on the console.
And it's widely known that I'm a huge Gears fan. Gears Tactics doesn't really take place during the same time period as the other games, right, Tyler?
That's right. It actually takes place about 12 years before the events of the first Gears of War game. So about right around Emergence Day, well before the events
Bom, Gears Tactics
of
então é um
Marcus
jogo
Phoenix
que
and
vem
Gears
antes
1.
do primeiro Gears,
And
tá, pessoal?
the game revolves around a
A
sort
história,
of
pelo
reluctant
menos.
hero named Gabe Diaz. And if that last name sounds familiar, this is Kate Diaz's father, Kate Diaz being the main character in Gears 5. So we get to explore his journey. He's a tactical commander who's had some bad experiences with the COG, and sort of when we meet him, he is working in the motor pool in sort of self-imposed exile. But he's brought back into the fold to fight an incredibly dangerous locust scientist named Ukon, a geneticist. And Ukon, in Gears' backstory, is the monster that makes the monsters. If you've seen those big Brumacs and Corpsers, those are Ukon's pets. And so our heroes need to go on this journey to try to stop Ukon from creating even more devastating enemies that will take down the planet Sarah.
All right, Tyler, we didn't come here to talk. We came here to play and also to talk while we're playing. So why don't we fire up the game? You're playing live here on Xbox Series X, right? There's the controller. So why don't we take this footage? Yeah, so let's load it up and let's see what we're doing. Where are we in the game here?
Opa, vambora então pra uma parte do jogo aí.
Yeah, we've got this loaded in about 2/3 of the way through the game. So we've got lots of cool skills and abilities, which we'll talk about. I've got a 4-person squad here, but the squad now, as of today, also includes Jack, the sort of signature Gears robot companion. But as we move through the objectives here, and I'll show you some of the basics and kind of get people who are not familiar with tactics on PC. I'll give you kind of the basics and what kind of why it's a special game. The first thing that I want to point out is that even though it is a turn-based tactics game, the game does not take place on a forced grid. You are free to move wherever you want in the game, in the map.
Mostrou a liberdade de movimento no Gears Tactics aí. Você vê que não tem um grid, né? Não tem umas linhas ali para demarcar o jogo. Isso daí é bem interessante do Gears mesmo, né?
In a lot of turn-based tactics games,
você vê ali quantos movimentos você pode fazer. E você vai jogando sua linha ali até onde você quer ficar com seu carinha, né? Bem interessante mesmo.
Your movement, so this would be a 1-action movement here, 2-action movement.
Só para avisar, eles falaram que vão ser 5? Vão ser 5 horas de live, tá? No final da live aqui eu vou deixar o link para vocês do Xbox oficial, né? Do canal oficial, se vocês quiserem assistir o resto da live, tá? Porque a gente vai ficar aqui por um tempinho determinado, porque eu infelizmente não tenho essas 5 horas aí para ficar com vocês, né?
This is my scout Michaela. I'm going to look around a little bit actually and get some scope out the battlefield. So this is an equipment case over here, and I can see a bit of the objective, but I can't see into the fog here. So we're going to move our scout up. Scouts are really good at penetrating, getting in close, and using their shotgun to finish units off.
It's a Nasher, man. It's a Nasher.
Yeah, what are you going to do, right? You're going to bounce through there, and you're going to take him out with one shot. So one other thing I'll notice, this is not something that we teach in the game. It's kind of a pro tip, is you do have this limitation, this radius of 1 action of movement. But because, we're a Gears game and we want you to be flowing into the cover, we'll give you a little extra movement. That movement up to that cover would normally cost you 2. But because you're snapping into that cover, it's going to cost you 1.
Tem uma dica deles aqui, né? Geralmente tem um movimento por jogador ali, né? No field, né? Mas eles te dão um movimentinho extra para você poder se proteger, né? Para você poder ir pro cover ali. Que é bem legal. Você vê que ele chegou e já aumentou um pouquinho a área também de visão, né? Então quanto mais você vai andando, mais você vai abrindo a área ali para você poder atingir seu objetivo final, né?
And show you the Cantus. And the Cantus is kind of a healer class, and it has this opportunity attack, so I can't get in super close or else it will knock me back. That zoom, actually, while I'm talking about it, this zoom is something we put in on the controller. It's on the right trigger, and that's sort of something we put in just for console users because we know you're going to be playing a little further back. So we give you the opportunity to get in, and that's really important if you're really trying to position really carefully to make sure you've got the right firing lines.
Tyler,
that zoom is also adjustable in the settings. Yeah,
just to jump in there, the team has done a lot of work to adapt a genre that's usually, played on PC with the mouse and the keyboard for it to work with the Xbox and with the Xbox controller. Can you talk a little more about what went into that?
Absolutely. We basically threw out the controls altogether on the controller when we started the console work about 10 months ago. And we really wanted to make sure that it felt as native as possible. So for example, this bayonet charge that I've just selected is a skill on that bar that my Vanguard Sid has. And instead of making you sort of hunt and try to find the right location for it, we just snap the cursor to it. And so you can cycle through, even though these are not viable targets, you'll kind of end up on the right one. That kind of background work, just to make it super smooth, is are the kinds of things we did.
Bom,
Another
eles estão
thing we
falando
did
das
is,
adaptações que eles tiveram que fazer
on the right trigger I
para
mentioned the
fazer
zoom, but on the
funcionar
left
esse
trigger
jogo, né? Que
we
geralmente é
actually
um jogo
slow
de
down
computador.
the cursor
Um jogo que
movement
você
a
precisa de
bit.
mouse e
So
teclado
you can
para jogar,
actually
né? Assim como a
get a
gente
little bit more
joga
precision on where
tem
you're
no Game
moving
Pass o Wasteland
the
3, né?
unit to.
O Wasteland 3
And
também é
so
muito
those kinds
focado
of,
no
and there's a
mouse e
ton of these in
teclado,
the
né?
background.
Então, para
We
você se
overhauled
adaptar,
completely
né? Adaptar
the
esses
front end
jogos
where you
para o
do all the
console demora um
customization
tempinho, né? Eles
screens to
começaram
make sure
há
it works
10 meses
really
atrás
perfectly
para
with the
conseguir o
controller.
jogo
Tyler, let's see
entregar
some
esse
action
jogo
here
hoje
because the
para
thing that I
vocês,
want
né?
to talk about,
Então é bem interessante.
is the fact that you wouldn't necessarily think like from a remove that Gears, which is known for its quick action and you shoot first or you're probably dead, at least in multiplayer, would fit with like a patient thinking
aggression.
Da geração. E também, né, depois eu vou fazer um catadão, né, um vídeo amanhã provavelmente vai sair, que eu vou mostrar tudo o que está acontecendo aqui, né, nesse show aqui da Microsoft de lançamento do Xbox.
You know, this is Gears, right? So you have to push past that cover and take out those enemies. So what starts out as a very intimidating looking front of enemies, through the depth of the tools that you have and the things you can do, and sometimes just a blunt force object like a grenade, we really wanted to emulate what makes the Gears combat so special, and that has to do with creating flanks, pushing through fronts, and one of the mechanics that we hit upon, you know, in about the middle of development, but it became something we doubled down on, is the execution mechanic. And I don't think I have enough actions here to show it in its sort of full potential. But if you can down a unit, actually, I'm going to use Jack here to try to protect.
Now, Jack
Sid.
is entirely
So
new because I played this game. I beat the whole game on PC and I loved it. And for someone like me who's like, okay, do I need to play this again? You've actually added a ton of new content that makes me want to go back to the game, whether I do that on Xbox Series X or S, or if I want to do that on Windows 10 PC. There's a ton of new content in terms of enemies, weapons, and of course Jack. So I would love to hear about the new stuff.
Yeah, so Jack is entirely new. He has his own unique skill tree that's unlike any of the other classes in the game. He goes on every mission with you. So you don't have to trade off your sort of offensive capability of your units for the kind of cool tricks that Jack can do. Jack comes standard with a buff called Wingman that lets you improve the accuracy and damage of the other squads. You can cloak Jack. Jack doesn't use cover, so it's important to make sure that Jack is protected. And we added a whole new area of effect element to the game. So he has these capsules, and these capsules create areas of effect that will debuff enemies or buff your unit. So in this case, I aggressively moved Sid up into this position. So I'm going to try to protect him by using a shock capsule, which should debilitate these enemies and not allow them to move or shoot, kind of protecting him. So he's going to fire off his capsule, and now, because those units are shocked, Sid can maintain that forward position, but he doesn't have to worry about those two units.
Now, one of the hardest part of the game is always choosing what characters you want to use. You start to fall in love with different ones. Do I want to have, more than one sniper at the expense of giving up a scout or something like that? But you don't have to make that choice with Jack, do you?
No, absolutely not. And in fact, I mean, Jack's skill trees, I mean, those are still difficult choices because he has all of these cool toys that you want to use. So, he brings a lot of different options to the battlefield. I'll just move up a bit here.
He doesn't take up a slot, does he?
No, he doesn't. He goes on every mission with you, every side mission, every story mission. It was really important that we really embrace the player here, and we want to give the player a ton of different tools. We're going to put you in really challenging situations. We're going to throw tons of enemies at you, but the depth and your cleverness will always, well, in a lot of cases, not always, should help you get out of it. And that's, that was something that we felt like was important as we developed the game on the PC, and then in translating it to console, making sure it still has that feel. I've found myself in a bad position.
And to overcome all these enemies, could you walk us through how do you go about squad building and trying to find the best characters for each one of the challenges that you have on Gears Tactics?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I can leave the mission and show you kind of where you do all the customization, and it'll just take a second for it to reload back into the convoy. We have 5 different classes in the game: heavy, sniper, support, scout, and vanguard. Each of them has a signature Gears weapon. So they have, in the case of the support character, they have the signature Lancer. You can see here Gabe, our hero, who's carrying the Lancer. You know, one of the things people told us very early on when we were developing is how much they loved the skills. If you're an RPG fan and you're looking for sort of a deep experience in that way, we've got an incredible depth of skills. So each of your support classes can be built entirely differently. You can see all the skills that I've got unlocked on Gabe here on the right side. And in addition, every weapon has weapon mod slots, so you can customize the stock, the magazine, the scope, the barrel, and so there's a lot of different options for you there, and you collect these weapon mods through the progression of the game and by those equipment cases in the level. And that really allows you to build out these ultimate builds the way you want. The same thing goes with the armor. Ooh, there's an epic destroyer vest here. That's pretty cool. Should probably have that equipped on.
And
on
some
him.
of the gold tier accessories can really be game changers. I mean, like radically, you know, even affect like how many turns you get, and it's worth it to go out of the way for those chests, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky, but one of the things Jack can do, actually, again, kind of a pro tip, is Jack can go retrieve those chests for you. So again, you're not trading your offensive power for that, which is pretty cool. When you go to the
your gamer tags
mission,
out there, I think that's how you know we're doing this live. Is here it comes.
Absolutely. So this is the mission screen here where we have that mission we were just on. You go in here, you choose who you want to take on the mission from your roster. Oh, there's Cole making a special appearance in his Thrashball armor. Look at that.
Cole is awesome, by the way. We'll talk more about later on how to unlock him, and it's very easy to do, and you're going to want him.
Yeah, it's really cool that he comes with a unique set of armor that gives you a little boost in the early game by having it.
This is great. Let's can we talk about? You've talked a lot about all the things that are added. You're getting new armor. You're getting a new character in Jack, who was essentially a fifth wheel in a good way, if that was a thing. And so it was like, wow, this game must be getting easier, but there's another side of that coin, isn't there?
Yeah, we knew we couldn't give you more tools without giving you more obstacles. And so we brought in a class of enemies called the Deviants. The Deviants are sort of Ukon's rejects. They're a little overpowered, a little unruly. So there are 5 new Deviant enemies, and those Deviants have unique skills that kind of allow them to function as a captain for the encounters that are in the that you go through. So, for example, the Deviant Wretch has a pack effect that will make all the wretches around him harder to kill. Those wretches, if they push through your front and get to you and attack you, they will push you out of cover, which then allows hammer burststones to shoot you. So every time a Deviant is on the field, you have to be very careful, and you have to approach the encounter in a different way. And so we've sort of sprinkled those throughout the campaign. So again, even if you've played a single act on PC or played through the whole game, it's a very different experience when you get to the console. And then the last thing I'll throw in that we added is a new tier of loot. We've added an equipment tier called Supreme. So when you're going into these weapon mods, there's a high level of red Supreme equipment. I don't think I have any, actually, because this is too early in the game. But those have a synergy to them. So, for example, if you have all of the different weapon mods of Supreme for the sniper rifle, it turns it into a crit machine, and that can just keep critting over and over again. And that's exactly what you want to take down those high-powered enemies that might be a little bit further back, like the Cantus, that are trying to buff up the enemy team.
Tyler, if you had to put it out there, what's your favorite squad and what's your favorite formation on Gears Tactics? What would that be?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of the Scout and Vanguard classes because they do what Gears does really well. It allows you to push through, find a flanking route, and deliver a high amount of offense without the enemy having the benefit of cover. So I tend to lean into Scouts. They also have a cloak ability, which allows them to push through. And then the Vanguard's kind of interesting. We have a lot of different more traditional classes like the heavy or the sniper. But the Vanguard is sort of unique in that the Vanguard has a straight ahead sort of attitude. So whereas the Scout, you might want to cloak or flank around, what you want to do with the Vanguard is push forward and sort of move through the fronts that way.
We're taking a look here at Gabe Diaz, and you mentioned earlier that Gabe is Kate's mom, and you're going to learn
Kate's
a little
dad,
bit. I mean, Kate's dad, yes. And you're going to learn a little bit more about her lineage going in. But something I just wanted to call out, I love strategy RPGs. I played XCOM, Mutant Year Zero, Phoenix Point, Mario Rabbids. If it has the word tactics in it, I will play that game. Very few of those games have a really good story, and you put a ton of work into the story. There was even like one point later in the game where I was like I couldn't believe it. So talk about like the story and the world building that goes into this. This is not just like map, and on forever.
Yeah, I mean, the game takes place in Vasgar, partially, which is a region of Sarah that you discover in Gears 5, except this is many years earlier. And so you can recognize some of the architecture and some of the things if you're a deep Gears fan. And it was really, it was an experiment for us, that whether or not we could create a tactics game, which usually has a sort of point of view that's a little more omniscient and a little less personal. And can we do that, create a story around a main character that you grow to care about, surround that character with supporting characters like Sid and Michaela that bring the Gabe story to life. It has the sort of AAA cinematic quality that you're used to, which of course looks amazing on the new hardware. And that was, for us, part of Gears are big boss fights, and we've got those. It's that sort of character-focused story. We've got that. It's incredibly relevant to the lore. So in addition to the basic combat and intensity, we made sure that we brought in that really high-quality story that makes it feel like Gears.
And Tyler, I heard you have added a lot of new stuff to the game on the PC too, and you've talked about it for a little bit here too. Is there anything else in the game that you want to talk about and show us?
Yeah, I mean, there's new achievements. So for those achievement hunters out there, we've added, I think it's 400 gamer score worth of new achievements. So there's plenty of stuff there for you to hunt down. And of course, just a note, you can play anywhere. So if you've started your games on PC and you come over to console either through Game Pass or buying the game, you could pick right up where you left off and continue your saves, which was very important to our technical director, Cam. Like that was the one thing you had to make sure worked. So it's really great whether you've played it or not, whether you are a longtime tactics player or a Gears player or even someone kind of from an RPG background. We believe there's something for everyone with tactics.
For sure. Thank you, Tyler, so much for being here today with us and for showing Gears Tactics to everyone at home.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Happy launch day.
So that is Gears Tactics, which everyone can play now on PC, Xbox One, and starting today, Xbox Series X and S. And of course, it's on Xbox Game Pass.
I think Tyler's got a lot of mail to sort through now and a lot of private messages. So if you play the game by December 4th, you're going to get the Thrashball Cole character pack. We saw a little bit of that and what that includes. Let me tell you, it's voiced by Lester Spade. He's got his famous catchphrases and woo, and like all the things you love about Coltrane is into this game as well. So you're going to want to get that. Plus, all you got to do is complete the tutorial and you get the Armored Gabe character skin to use in Gears 5 multiplayer. So it all connects together. So while we can't be together for this in-person celebration, and we love having you up here, but we do miss seeing you, we can still celebrate. So we're bringing our fans together virtually through an Xbox Fan Mosaic. So if you want to participate, go to fanmosaic.com/Xbox Fan Mosaic. There's dashes in there. We're going to put that up down there for you. And you can share your gaming selfie, and we'll watch the Mosaic come together during the stream. The whole world is playing Xbox today, and that goes for Team Xbox too. We're playing, as soon as we get off camera, we're going back there, we're going to be playing Gears Tactics. So throughout the stream, we're going to be checking in on all of our friends here at Team Xbox to see how it's going.
All right, guys, we're going to be recording some Squadrons gameplay for the fine folks at Xbox. So we're just chilling today, going to get a few games in. You guys want to warm up with a dogfight, and then we'll dive into fleet battles?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's knock off that space dust. Take out those Wookiee hairs. Get on it.
Ion cannon away. The first ion missile is away.
I can't get away from
peace, bro.
launch.
Hey, Wing on me, he's 25 health. If anyone can make some magic happen. Oh, it's not gonna matter because we go down. Game's a hit.
It's a who. Punch it, Chewie.
That's some big hits coming in the butt.
No.
Oh, they got me, dude. That bomber is doing such a good job. Coming around to make a bombing run. Oh, come on, baby. Dang. Oh man, this has been an interesting day of squadrons. Not our best, not our worst, but absolutely super fun. This game runs and feels great on the Series X. For folks lucky enough to be playing on the Series X this week, we hope you enjoy launch day. We hope you enjoy launch week, and excited to see what different games you're going to be playing. But there's so many good games coming out this week. You got Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Destiny's new DLC, Call of Duty hits at the end of the week. I mean, my goodness, there's just too much to play.
Are you a huge fan of Xbox? Want to spend time with that community, unlock special access to exclusive experiences, sweepstakes, Xbox gear, and more? Well, I've got good news for you. Xbox Fan Fest has gone digital. Join for free today, and in addition to all the other benefits, you'll also get access to today's drop of exclusive merch into the Xbox Fan Fest gear shop. And you can also opt in to our Xbox Launch Celebration Fan Fest sweepstakes for a chance to win an Xbox Series X, Series S, and that awesome custom Xbox Series X fridge. Now, the winners will be drawn at 3 p.m. Pacific time today and announced before the end of this live stream. So if you're 18 or over and want to join, sign up now at xbox.com/fanfest. Now, if all
Vai lá,
of that
pessoal,
doesn't
pra concorrer a
impress you,
geladeira aí, vai.
let's see if this does.
Hey guys, DJ here. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
got some really cool and exciting news to
The
share
Rock,
with you guys.
motherfucker.
So 20 years ago, I teamed up with my buddy Bill Gates, and we launched the very first Xbox console to the world. And since then, over the years, I've had the real privilege of working very closely with Xbox to deliver Xbox consoles and Xbox games to kids all across the country in America and all over the world. Kids who are in need, kids who are fighting the good fight, kids who are hospitalized getting treatment, and we have delivered these smiles, if you will, over the years. So, the exciting announcement is I'm teaming up with Xbox once again.
Tá fazendo
We are
parceria
getting
de
ready
novo
to
com o
launch
Xbox,
to
hein?
the world, of course, the brand new Xbox Series X. But before the world gets it, I have an opportunity to team up with Xbox and deliver some of the very first Xbox Series X consoles to kids all across the country in 20 hospitals, and we are teaming up with a
Olha que
charitable
legal,
organization
pessoal.
called Gamers Outreach. Now, Gamers Outreach
Os
is
caras
this
fazendo
awesome
doação pra
organization
criança em
that provides
hospital,
video
cara.
games
Isso daí
and
é coisa
software
sensacional.
to help
The
kids
Rock
cope
tá de parabéns,
with their
cara.
stays in hospitals as they're getting their treatment and fighting the good fight. This is a look at the very first special edition rock outfitted Xbox Series X console.
The
So
Rock
we are
Johnson.
outfitting these hospitals across the country with the Rock Go-Kart specials. That will obviously include this Xbox Series X. Holding this controller really brings back memories, because me as being an avid gamer, I mean, I just remember the nights when I would stay up all night long and I would just get my ass kicked playing games. What is important is over the next year, we have over 50,000 kids who are going to be able to play this game. And I want to thank Gamers Outreach. I want to thank my good friends at Xbox and
Pessoal,
Microsoft.
90
And
mil
thank you, Bill
crianças vão
Gates,
poder jogar,
for
cara.
letting
Isso
me
daí
come
é
on
o
your journey
que é
20 years ago. And,
um ato
most
assim
importantly, to
sensacional,
all
cara.
the kids out there
Por
who
mais atos
are
assim.
in the hospital, who are getting their treatments in the United States and all around the world. I send you love, I send you strength, I send you mana. Stay strong, and have a great holiday season, and enjoy your new Xbox.
Caramba, bicho. Ó, tem a hoodie, ó, do Xbox Series X. Pessoal vendendo os merchandise aí. Eu vou botar minha carinha só pra completar aqui a nossa live. Bom, pessoal, aqui é só eu só mostrei um pouquinho pra vocês, tá, da live do Xbox. Tem muito mais coisa, são mais 4 horas que eles vão mostrar mais gameplay de todos os jogos ali. Provavelmente vai ter gameplay do Assassins, vai ter gameplay do Hot Dogs, né, que são jogos da moda agora. Provavelmente vai ter alguma coisa de Bright Memory. Amanhã eu vou trazer um vídeo, ou hoje à noite, se der tempo, eu trago um vídeo com um resumo aí dessa apresentação e eu espero que vocês tenham gostado dessa aqui. Eu pensei que ia ser uma apresentação um pouco mais rápida, né? E, por exemplo, uma apresentação de 1 hora e meia, mas quando eles chegaram no começo e falaram que vai ser 5 horas, cara, infelizmente 5 horas eu não tenho. E aí, meu, vocês vão achar milhares de canais de Xbox aí transmitindo esse evento, porque é um evento global, né? Tá todo mundo querendo saber o que vai acontecer na próxima geração. Então, recomendo que vocês vão em outros canais aí de Xbox brasileiros para ajudar o pessoal, né? Só vamos ouvir o fio aí.
Thanks to all our fans and players around the world for joining us today. You're the heart of our vision for the future of gaming, and this launch celebration is all about you. We're thrilled to see so many of you around the world playing games that you love, the way you want to play them, with the people you want to play with, on the devices you want to play on. So to everyone who has an Xbox in their home, and all of those who have their hearts set on getting one down the road, and everyone that loves video games and what they bring to you, thank you.
Series S pra nós aqui.
So, let's do what we came here to do and play some games. First, here's a look at a game I play a ton of, a trailer for Destiny 2 Beyond Light.
É Destiny 2 que já tá no Game Pass, hein, pessoal?
The light and dark ready themselves for a new phase. So must we.
Jogo da Bang. Quem fez
The day we've been dreading has finally arrived. The darkness is here. We are deploying Guardians to all corners of the system to find answers.
I'm picking up a distress signal. Someone's in trouble.
My friends, we are all in great danger.
The Vanguard only recognizes the light. Someone has to do the same for the dark. Stasis is just a tool. We must use it for good.
This power is a gift. One I will share with all of you. One by one, we will rise again.
Only one truth. Death.
You are not special. The darkness is mine!
Top, hein?
Go beyond the light on the all-new Xbox.
Smart Delivery já.
Hey, as I said, big fan of Destiny 2, and the trailer looks awesome. Beyond Light, it's an important moment for Destiny. New raids, stasis powers, and a lot more. I can't wait to play with everyone on Game Pass. I'll probably be on tonight. Game looks and plays great on Series X and Series S, and it will look even better when the next-gen update launches in December. My good friend, Pete Parsons, CEO of Bungie, is here to play the game with me on Xbox Series X, both of which launch today.
Pessoal vão jogar aí. Pessoal vão jogar.
Good to see you. It's we get to play. They put controllers in our hands and they completely lose us. I'm already getting ready to play. But
they almost think that we're good at this.
Well, you better Sherpa me through this because I've never played Beyond Light. This will be my first time. I'm excited. But I know you play a ton and you play a lot with the community. Like when you think about all that Bungie's done to get to this point, and launch Beyond Light, like what's really hitting you right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what's so exciting for us, which is, you know, we're players of Destiny, as are you.
Yeah.
And the community has become a really important part of everything who we are. It gives us feedback. It feeds us. You know, we continue to be a part of that community, and we also have this ongoing dialogue with this new launch, because not only is the hardware fantastic, but the continued focus on building, growing community, the social aspects of it for us are fantastic. It's great.
Thanks. You know, and I think the partnership that we have around Game Pass right now in the game has been fantastic to see. And really, when I think about Bungie and Xbox and our history through Xbox Live and so many of the things that we've done together, it just seems natural that we working together to bring Beyond Light and the new generation of consoles with great updates. You know, 2020 has been a challenging year. When you think about all that you've had to do at the studio to get Beyond Light done, any unique challenges?
Yeah, I mean, well,
Bom,
which
pessoal.
is a long time, and so Beyond Light, we're really proud of the work.
Bom, pessoal, então se vocês quiserem assistir o resto dessa live, inclusive essa gameplay aí, por favor, não hesitem em ir no canal oficial da Xbox, tá? Você só precisa digitar no navegador Xbox e vocês vão estar lá, tá? Eu vou até mostrar aqui pra vocês, ó. Só digitar Xbox, ó, o canal oficial, 4,27 milhões de subscribers. E vocês podem ver aqui, ó, tem mais de 37 mil pessoas. Então, é isso aí. Vejo vocês na próxima live. Valeu, pessoal.